Warning. This podcast contains explicit sexual language and should only be listened to at work if you're looking for an excuse to connect with your HR representative. Additionally, all mentions of the word women include cis and trans women. If you are genderqueer, gender fluid, figuring it out, anything in between, and feel like this conversation is also important for you, you are welcome here.
Will you open up with me? These pages, they can feed your innermost desires. Do you feel inspired? Are you getting what you need? Are you coming curiously? A secret safe with me. And here you can simply be yourself. Sweet romance. Come on in, come on in, come on.
Hi, y'all. This is Jace, she, they, and you found Jace Reads Romance, a community dedicated to empowering women about sex and sexuality through the reading of romance novels. It's another book club day.
Woot, woot.
Woot. I have brought Addy back, and I made Addy choose what book we were reading. I didn't even do this. I said, Addy, what do you want to read with me? And this is what you chose.
This is also not the first choice that I made.
No, it isn't. But you changed it. Like this was you. I was totally fine with our original book, which we don't have to mention because we didn't read it.
Right.
But do you want to share what book you chose and why?
So I chose Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer, which is book one of the Vancouver Storm series, which neither one of us had ever read, which is so interesting because we both have read so many like really popular like book talk books or bookstagram books, and neither one of us had touched this, at least while it was popular. And the bookstore that I'm working at is doing a pre-order campaign for the fourth book in that series. And I was like, well, why don't we just read the first one, see what the hype was all about? And we did. We did, in fact, read that book.
We read it. It happened.
It did.
It's not a bad it's an Do you want to share the premise? Or you know what? You picked it. Let me share the premise of this book. So this is, as you might guess, a hockey romance.
Yeah.
It's a hockey romance.
If you didn't know.
If you couldn't tell. It's about the goalie of this team. I don't know what the team is. It's the
Vancouver Storm.
Oh, Vancouver Storm. Great. No, I did not remember the name of the team. Even though I'm staring at my notes, which has the title Vancouver Storm Book 1, did not occur to me to look there. And it is about the goalie. If you are particular about the position the hockey player plays, this is a goalie. I have no preference because hockey is less of a mystery the more romance I read. Not that I understand hockey, it just becomes less of a mystery. But it's about the goalie, and whose name is Jamie, and he is a grump. And his soon-to-be assistant, Pippa, who is the sunshine, and they were each other's high school crush unbeknownst to the other. But Pippa was in the music industry. She was working for the tour of her now ex-boyfriend. She needs a job. She needs to get her life back together. And her sister, who's a physio for the Storm, gets her a job as Jamie's assistant because her degree is in marketing. It's a whole thing with her family, but her degree is in marketing and they like to promote from within. So if she's already working for the Storm as an assistant for Jamie, it's easier for her to get hired to the marketing team when someone goes on maternity leave in a couple months. So that's the premise. Both of them are like, oh my God, it's my crush from high school, but you didn't even know I existed.
Yeah.
That's the premise, right?
Yeah, no,
cool.
It absolutely is.
Did you like it?
You know, this is not the answer I thought I would give, but I did. I did.
Yeah.
As much as I've liked other hockey romances I've read, absolutely not. But it was cute.
It's so funny because of how Addy and I talk about what the books that Addy and I talk about and the books that Addy and I typically read. This is such a basic story.
Yes.
It's so basic.
And it's borderline boring.
You are correct. It is I was about to say it's not boring. It's not boring. I was not bored reading the book. I enjoyed it. I was taken along for the ride. But when I think back on this book, there were a lot of things that I thought would add tension that didn't. I'm not mad about it. I'm not upset about some of the things, but it meant that a lot of my notes were, oh, I bet it's going to go this way. It didn't.
It didn't.
Okay.
It wasn't that drama filled.
It wasn't.
I'm thinking back on it and I'm like, what actually happened in this book?
They fell in love.
They did. Like normal people.
Like normal people, and Jamie let someone in to his life, and Pippa got more confident.
Yep, and learned not to take any crap from her ex.
100%. There's a dog. So cute.
There's a
Daisy,
dog.
so cute.
Ridiculously cute.
Daisy might be my favorite character.
Honestly, same.
And I feel like this was not what I expected.
Not at all.
Not at all. Mostly from you. I did not expect this from you. I was like, okay, cool. Because there are so many hockey books. There's so many, like, is it Elle Kennedy? Is it Grace Riley? Is it Hannah Grace? Is it Emily Rath? I think Emily Rath probably would have been a better choice.
Is it Becca Mack? Is it like...
Oh my God, Becca Mack. Like all these people that I haven't read, because for me, Megan Quinn has a hockey series. Like there are so many hockey series. And how does one differentiate the hockey series from one another? And I think again, this wasn't bad, but I don't think that there's anything about this book that makes it stand out amongst the other hockey books. Like, it's not the Pucking Wrong Number series. It's not the Brutal Obsession series.
No.
Like, it's not angry like that.
It's not like full of conflict and having to deal with like a lot of like past trauma and things like that in a really deep way, like Balcabra is. Like, it's not.
Oh yeah.
And also the Unsteady series. By Peyton Corinne.
Oh,
we should have read that if you hadn't.
I haven't.
That one is really, really good. But this, I kind of put, I don't know why, but I kind of put this on the same level as Icebreaker. This is like an.
But this is professional and not.
This is professional
college.
and not college. But in terms of like easy readability and audience, I feel like the people that really like Icebreaker are people that would really like this.
But this has less smut than Icebreaker does.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're really selling this book, let me tell you.
It's not a bad book. It's not
a bad book. And if you're someone who loves like turning your brain off, feeling safe, and some hockey players, this is going to be a really lovely book because it ultimately was really sweet. Let's go through some of the tropes. What are some of the things that excited you? You're like, oh, this is a trope I like, or a trope that I didn't like.
I'm really glad that they didn't do a third act breakup.
Oh, no third act breakup. Absolutely not.
No third act breakup. Because if they had put in a third act breakup in this book, I would have stopped reading it.
And here's the moment. There's so many moments when I thought, oh man, here's where you're going to bring the drama. And they didn't. So one of the reasons why Jamie is the way that he is his dad was an alcoholic and died in a car accident when he was an infant. And his mother has since suffered bouts of depression and anxiety, meaning Jamie had to be not only very self-sufficient from a young age, but her caretaker. And the reason he's back in Vancouver, he was working in New York for the New York team. He took a pay cut to move to Vancouver, was because she'd had a panic attack while driving and got into an accident. And so he has moved home in order to take care of her and try to insist that she move in with him. And so there's a moment later in the book where I thought we were going to have a third act breakup, where she gets into another accident. She actually hits a cop car, which they don't talk about at all afterwards. But she's in the hospital, and Jamie and Pippa had been at a gala for the team, a fundraiser that team members were required to be at, and he brought her as his date. And so they were out of town, far away, and he was enjoying himself when he should have been taking care of his mother. And he tries to make Pippa leave. You can't come to the hospital with me. And she goes, nope. And at the hospital, well, you can't come in with me, stay in the car. And she goes, nope. Well, you can't come into the room with me. And she goes, fine, I'll sit outside, where she can also hear everything that they talk about. And I liked that, not only because I hate a third act breakup, but I also really liked Pippa being able, in that moment, it was an example of Pippa really learning that lesson of standing up for herself and for their relationship. And because she didn't let him separate, she was able to stave off that, well, I'm going to push you away for the good of me and my mother.
And like, even in that same evening at the gala, her ex attended that gala, and was very much
like to try and win her back,
which is ridiculous. And luckily, Jamie had the confidence that she would be able to handle that situation on her own, and was there as a silent support. And I feel like she also really learned that lesson in the hospital, and like doing all of that. She's like, I can be the silent support like he just was not 2 hours ago, like at this gala. And so they very much learned about kind of what it means to be in a relationship, especially because neither one of them really had done that. Except for
a successful one, like a
really healthy
good partnership. Yeah, a healthy partnership. One of the ooey gooey tension aspects of this story is also that Pippa has been crashing on her sister Hazel's couch, and Jamie invites her to live with him. So they are also roommates.
Yes, they are.
So there's this forced proximity. Before, when she was just coming to take care of the dog and the house while he was out of town and wasn't really there with him, suddenly they live together. And they're so, I love the ooey gooey tension of that. Can we talk about the sex toy?
Yes.
The accidental sex toy?
Can.
It's one of my least favorite, but I also think most realistic tropes of, well, I've never had a man give me an orgasm.
Yes. She's never had an orgasm except when she's having her solo time.
Yeah.
And which is sad.
It's sad, but also not unrealistic.
Yeah, 100%.
So really drunk one night on the road, he buys her a sex toy and doesn't remember doing it until he gets a shipment notification. And so he's trying to race home from this away trip to beat the sex toy so that she doesn't find it. And he gets to the apartment. He doesn't have a delivered notification. There are no packages. The doorman doesn't have anything. And he thinks, I'm safe. I've beaten the sex toy.
Until he walks upstairs.
Until he walks upstairs and hears her using the sex toy.
And calling out his name while she's doing it.
Yeah, she thinks the sex toy is from her sister, which is just a great moment of confusion and accidental.
Yeah, and then, she's using it on her own and she's having a lot of fun. And then she hears him
later moaning her name. Yeah. The walls are thin. That was a poorly constructed apartment, sir. Those are thin walls.
And that's not the first time that she'd heard him taking care of himself. It's just the first time she heard her name.
Yeah. So the tension is tensioning. One of my favorite tropes, I really do enjoy it, is mutual pining.
Yes.
I love mutual pining, and it really it's not one person, it's both of you. So we got into both of their heads to experience the pining. So we get Pippa first when it comes to being his assistant, and I'm going to be there, and he opened the door, and he's so pretty, and blah blah blah, and I liked him so much in high school, and my crush. And then we get his chapter, and his brain is just
melting.
Hold on, I have it. Pippa Hartley is standing in my living room playing with the dog, and I can't breathe. When I opened the door, I thought I was hallucinating. Like, his mind just went blank. And
he's just melting.
He's just melting and so in love. And there's a moment later in the book where, both of them are scantily clad in their nightwear. Neither one of them can sleep.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen, but no, this is afterwards when they're sitting on the couch and he gets her to play a song for him where they both confess their crushes towards one another, and they can't believe it. Like, the other can't. They're like, what? You didn't even, how? Hold on. What is the moment? Jamie was like, I don't know if you know this, but we went to high school together. And she's like, are you
She's like, you dumbass. Of course I knew that. I thought you didn't remember who I was.
Yeah, like, you're a famous NHL hockey player. Of course I know that we went to the same high school. And I don't know if you know this, but she said something like, do you know what you look like?
Oh, she did the whole, I thought you were gorgeous back then too.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, so you think I'm gorgeous, huh?
You think I'm gorgeous. You want to date me.
No, but true. True. Yes. Very true. And she's just like, you were this really popular jock. You were one of the most popular guys in school. Of course I knew who you were. Of course I know who you are.
Also, her ex is trash.
Oh, garbage.
Her ex is such trash. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's so, wait. I didn't tell you, Zach and I went to high school. I love Jamie's eyes widen a fraction and my lips part in surprise. Is it possible that he remembers me from high school? No way. A guilty look passes over his face and my jaw drops. Fuck, he mutters to himself, rubbing the back of his neck. His expression is sheepish and it's adorable. You probably don't remember, but we went to the same high school.
That entire moment, I was like, finally we have addressed this.
Yes.
I thought that would happen way sooner. I also thought that they would fuck way sooner in the book than they did.
Stupidly slow.
It's stupidly
slow.
It takes until like 68% for them to actually have sex.
Fucking slow burn.
You also did an entire night of fake dating and didn't take it anywhere.
I guess, like, it was a very interesting, like, let's practice giving you an orgasm first. Like, I'm like, they really drew this out in a way, and by they I mean Stephanie Archer, because Stephanie Archer wrote the book, in a way that was unexpectedly slow, sweet, and nonsensical. So here's an example of another thing that I thought was going to come back and bite us in the ass drama-wise, and then became a complete non-issue. When Jamie was talking about his ex, Aaron, who he dated when he was 19, and they had a pregnancy scare. And very clearly, she was kind of excited, and he was not excited about the potentially being a dad at 19. Mm-hmm. And they broke up soon after, and then she left modeling, left her career, and he thinks it's because he broke her. And he keeps like so much baggage about like him as a partner and him as a boyfriend. And I swear to you, I put a note in here. I think she had the baby. I don't think she got her period. I think she had the baby, and we're going to have a secret baby thrown into this plot line to fuck shit up.
Oh, see, my mind went not to Aaron with like having the actual baby, but to Pippa having an accidental pregnancy and him being faced with the exact same situation he was in when he was 19. That's where I thought that was going to go. But I also thought Aaron was going to come back and bite him in the ass and be like, everything is your fault. You ruined my life. You did all this. And it wasn't actually anything.
It was, so to ruin it, he says to Pippa, I need to make things right with Aaron. And I was like, Pippa, you're very secure if you are fine with him being like, I need to go talk to my supermodel ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And because they also didn't mention that she was married until they were already at lunch.
Yep.
So as far as I knew, she was still single. And she's happily married. And she actually said, what she says is, you didn't ruin anything. I realized that my thought when I thought I was pregnant was, oh, good, now I can stop being a model. Probably meant I shouldn't be a model. And I am very happy with my life choices now. Like, I'm living my best life. Great, amazing, wonderful. And it, reassured him that he didn't ruin her life and he can let go of that baggage. But yeah, so I thought we were going to have a bunch of drama there. Didn't happen.
And we didn't, not at all. And he's saying, I'm sorry. And she's saying, thank you. Thank you for helping me get out of the situation that I didn't actually want to be in. Exactly. And I'm just sitting here going, why is this so like real adults don't communicate like this because they're too stupid to do so. It doesn't make any sense. I only took 2 highlights from this book. And one of them
I did 59, probably because I was like, I need to remember shit for this conversation.
It's stuck in my brain now. But yeah, one of them was just funny haha, and the other one is ow. So that's kind of where I was at.
Tell me. Tell me, please.
In chapter 21, Jamie says, I hope she knows she isn't broken. I hope she realizes what she's capable of. And I'm like, ow, because that's a lot of people. Like, a lot of people don't kind of see that version of themselves, and the fact that we're getting this from his perspective, and the fact that he sees so much in her. He loves her
so hard.
So much. Oh my God.
They are so obsessed with each other.
And I love that so much.
It's really cute. Like, if you want to watch a relationship where it's nothing but an adorable romp where the drama is low and your emotional well-being is safe, I think this is a great book.
Yeah.
I was expecting the drama. I was expecting more from it.
I was also expecting more. In the second one, the highlight that I have also alluded to more, and that I wish they kind of would have taken it there, but they didn't at all. Like, at all.
Okay.
Pippa says, oh my God, why am I telling you this? And he responds with, you were just following orders. And they didn't touch on that at all. On the fact that he's always called bossy and demanding and telling her what to do, and they didn't take it at all in like a kink way. I was like, okay, but you bought her toys. You're like wanting to do all these things, and it just never goes anywhere.
Oh, I highlighted right after that. Literally. I highlighted, fuck, I'm so hard right now. Jesus, she mutters as my cock pulses into her. Stop moving, I grit out. She gives me a look. Stop stabbing me with that skyscraper. That's what I highlighted. You highlighted the moment before that.
Literally just like moments down on the page.
It's the next paragraph. So like some of the prose is really lovely. So this is a moment between the two of them, and I love the way that she described it. Oh, it's chapter 35. Like this, they're kissing. Like Jamie kisses like he's mad at me. And then the thing I actually highlighted was, I sigh into him in relief because his mouth back on mine is like drinking water after a marathon. So necessary, so needed, so fucking good.
I really, honestly, that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about this book is how much detail and how descriptive, at least just even the smaller like touching scenes are.
Yeah.
Like, I loved that. I loved how deep into this they get. Usually, sometimes it can be pretty monotonous and I'm like, get to the point, please. But this one, I kind of just wanted to sit with it. And I'm like, yeah, honestly, I'm so here for this. I'm so glad you're enjoying this as much as you are. And I'm enjoying this with you.
They really fucking like each other, and they really like fucking each other. Like, you just, they also is a lot of praise, a lot of good girl. So she has never had an orgasm with a man. And the first time they're like intimate.
Is this the scene where it's after he got her the toy and
it's
and
after, it's when he uses the toy with her or something like that.
I was gonna say that the whole thing started is because he wanted to watch her use the toy for herself while calling out his name, and that's not how it ended up working because she got two in her head.
You're right. There's a line in the previous chapter, 35. It goes, he arches a brow looking down at me like he hates me, but there's a soft affection in his eyes. And my comment was, that's a weird description, which is true. So she's trying to orgasm with the toy in front of him, and it's not working. So he crawls in bed behind her and does some like visualization work with her where he tries to keep her present in the moment. Like, what do you feel? Tell me 5 things you feel. I can feel this. I can feel that, which is where we start to get the praise, which I enjoyed. Oh, and it's all while he put the toy onto the lowest setting. So he's not even like trying to get her off. He's like trying to have her be present, which I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So then he does. He gets her off.
He does.
Sorry, I'm like reading the scene. What are you thinking about? She goes, your cock. My voice breaks as he clicks the toy up again. Your cock inside me. Is that what you want? I nod urgently. Yes. You think you could take me? He clicks the toy up again and I'm squirming on his lap. My body isn't mine. It's his. He owns it. He's wielding it however he pleases and I'm just along for the ride.
Which is also exactly how he wanted her to think.
Yeah.
Because that's how he's also thinking in his head is, this girl is mine, and I'm about to show her who she fucking belongs to.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that that's mirrored in her thoughts as well is interesting.
I do like also that she, multiple times in this book, pushes his hands or his mouth or whatever away from her clit after she's had an orgasm, and she's like, no, too sensitive. You can't just be right there post orgasm. And I think that's also real because so often, especially if you're going to go with a multiple orgasm scene, it's just continuous. I'm like, I don't know, give me a break. Like, I need a breather. I need blood flow to return to other parts of my body.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that there are typically those breaks, even if it is a scene where she gets off one way and then is going to get off a second way or even a third way. And their intimacy is very much focused on her, which is as it should be in romance novels.
Yes.
And in life.
And also the fact that this, like, it is a very mental thing. Like, this is a mental game, especially because if you have had, bad experiences in the past, like, especially women are more prone to taking that on mentally and not being able to kind of brush it off as easily because being naked is being vulnerable. And
it's hard.
It's not an easy thing to do.
No.
At all. So the fact that he's willing to be patient and honestly kind of use some of the things that he's learned while taking care of his mom to take care of her too and to help get over that mental hurdle is actually like really nice.
And he continues to check in with her throughout other intimate moments. And then there is, I think it's the first time they have sex, where he says, do you need us to do the thing? She's like, what thing? He's like, the thing where I keep you present. She's like, fuck off, just fuck me.
Yeah, please just fuck me. Just make me come. I need it so badly.
I'm here. I'm with you. Shut the fuck up and keep moving your penis.
Literally. But like he's so sweet for thinking that. But just like,
it's very sweet.
Yes.
Just stop it. Stop doing that. I'm here. I'm present. I wrote this as a 2. I think I've debated if this is like a 2 or a 2.5 on my spice scale. Like, it's such a slow burn that I feel like it can't be a 2.5. But on the other hand, it's really well written intimacy, and it feels like those moments of intimacy, and this is the kind of intimacy that I love. It's the unskippable sex scene, and that's, I think, the most important part, that sex scenes can feel really generic and really monotonous, and the fact is these sex scenes feel really personal and really necessary. It is in their deep, deep want for one another when they finally have the fuck it moment and they crash together. Like, she's not really going on a date with Rory, and he just finger bangs her against the door against the front door with Rory on the other side, being like, come on, Pippa.
Being like,
come on, Pippa, I'm here on time.
It's time to go. Like, you said you were gonna show me around. Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
She's like, give me a minute. I'm in the middle of something. Just
he's wearing her like a puppet, you know?
The Pippa puppet.
And there are a lot of the typical sweet moments in this. She bakes some cupcakes, and which doesn't really matter why. But at some point, she asks about the cupcakes because she said, oh, you should bring them to the rest of the team. And he gets this look on his face, and she says, oh my God, did you throw away the cupcakes? And he finally admits that he ate every single one of them.
Even though he hadn't had a cupcake in like 10 years.
In like 10 years. Yeah. I mean, that's sugar. It's addictive, but it's a really cute moment. I ate every fucking one.
Oh yeah, because we also got like to see his perspective when he tried one for the first time. He's like, that is the best fucking cupcake I've ever had in my life. Also, after the toy incident, where he knows that she got it, and she thinks that it's from her sister, where he makes her dinner. Because he's trying to figure out whether or not she knows it's from him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just ridiculously cute. Like, the fact that he took all of the time out and then didn't let her touch a single thing to clean up. He was like, no.
Like, I can't be... It wasn't that sweet. He was massively uncomfortable. Let's not say it's all sweet and adorable. He was massively uncomfortable. But their intimacy is fun and it's flirty, but it also helps them unlock the next level of like that they have for each other. And I think if you, number one, fuck closed door, but if you tried to pull out the connection that they have in these intimate scenes, you would miss parts of the story. And I think that's always important, and something I look for in books is there a point to the sex scene? Now, sometimes the point is the sex scene, and that's a totally different, that's Kiss of the Basilisk. But, you know, this has intention behind it. There are gestures that are pretty typical to the professional athlete, wealthy man trope. He buys her dream guitar for Christmas. He sets up a private showing for dresses for the gala and doesn't let her pay for it. He spoils her with a massage and a makeup artist and a hairstylist for this big event for them so that she feels beautiful. There are some of those typical, you know, I'm going to throw my money around moments, but they're also balanced out with real heart. So not only does he buy her the guitar for Christmas, but then realizes he misses her and shows up in the teeny tiny town her parents are from with the Christmas gifts.
Can we talk about how quickly she decides to do music and then everything works out in her favor?
Perfectly for her, of course. Everything works out perfectly for her.
The next day that she decides she wants to do music, she emails this music producer, and the music producer calls her like 3 hours later being like, can you come in tomorrow to record a demo album? Like, what?
Yeah. No. I mean, suspend your disbelief, friend. But yeah, so she is a musician, and she's performed the second time she performs in public because Jamie makes her. Hayden Owens, book number 3, records it, posts it on his social media with her permission, and it blows up. It has like 3 million views. And so she sends that video, or the link to the video, to this music producer that is, you know, her god tier. I want to work with her. And she gets a call back in like 3 hours. No. But it made the pace, it worked with the pacing of the book. I have a note.
That all happens so fast.
It's so fast. I have a note to myself. Is wearing his jersey a microtrope now?
Yes. Yes, it is. But here's the thing is they didn't take that like to the extent that I wanted them to, because usually it's wear the jersey with my name on the back so that way when I fuck you from the back, I see my name branding you. And that is why you do it. Just seeing you in the jersey, like that's not exactly, it's seeing the name on the back specifically. And that's what things like, especially Becca Mac, they're like, they focus on.
I haven't read Becca Mac.
Ooh. Consider Me as a good series.
It's one of those, like, how do you choose between so many basic hockey series? Which is why if I'm reading a hockey series, I'll typically go for something a little bit more out there, which is why I love Emily Rath, but also it's queer and it has boyfriends who are boyfriends, which is my favorite. Yes. But it's hard to differentiate, like, what's the difference between Elle Kennedy and Grace Riley and Becca Mac and Peyton Corinne or whatever her name is? Like, what's the difference between any of these? The only reason I have Helena Hunting's books is because they're really pretty. Like, that's it.
That's fair. I, like, as someone who has read a lot of these, like, a lot of these. Yeah. At least this one behind the net, it was kind of underwhelming, but that's okay. It's because I've read so many other, like, really good hockey romances. Like, I've read Tal Bauer's Gravity. Like, that one is an hockey romance and is so good. I've read Unsteady, which is one of my favorites. I've read Collide by Bel Cabra. That's one of my favorite series.
And yes, like, it's a good one.
And Pucking Around by Emily Rath is so good.
The whole series is so good. I cannot wait for Pucking Strong.
Agreed.
Cannot wait. I am just sad that I'll be out of town when it comes out.
Yeah. Have you read all the, like, Pucking Ever After Volume 1 and 2?
Yeah, I thought 3 was supposed to come out last month.
It was it?
I thought so. I thought there was a 3 that was supposed to come out between or before Pucking Strong, but it didn't. But yes, I have read all the Pucking Ever Afters. I have them over there.
We at some point in time need to discuss Mars and Caleb.
I was just about to say The Dentist.
The Dentist.
I don't belong to her Patreon, but I might need to join because a friend of mine who's on her Patreon showed me some artwork she had done of Mars and Caleb, and it might be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
I need it.
It's just line drawing. It's just black ink, and it is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And, like, the fact that Mars and Caleb really out of the polycule, they are my favorites.
Aww.
They're my favorites.
I really want to reread Pucking Around because I feel like I read it and I just, like, blasted through it because I loved it. But I didn't realize how much I was going to love it, and so I didn't savor it. I want to read it again.
That's fair. I had my girlfriend read it, and she was just like, there might be a touch too much sex in this for me. And so she was thinking about not reading the rest of the series. And then I said, wait. And so she finished the book and I said, do you want me to tell you what happens to at least this polycule? And she goes, actually, no, I think I am going to read the rest of the books. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
My only complaint about the Pucking Ever Afters is that some of Pucking Ever After Volume 1 cannot be read until after Pucking Wild.
Agreed.
And so, like,
because we're getting
the order is wrong. Exactly. The order is wrong. It's like Pucking Around, Pucking Wild, Pucking Ever After Volume 1, and then Pucking Ever After Volume 2. Like, the order is wrong. And so that annoys me, but... And there are also, like, stories in Pucking Ever After Volume 2 that you could read before Pucking Wild. I'm like, oh my God, friends.
But, like, yeah, it's because of the way, like, it's because of the timeline of when they came out.
Yeah.
Because that one night Pucking Around and Pucking
so good.
Sweet.
Wild,
thank you. Pucking Wild came out, and then Pucking Ever After Volume 1 came after. And so, like, terms of as they were coming out, that was the correct reading order, but now looking at it, it's
chronologically, it, like, doesn't make sense. So I remember reading only certain stories in Pucking Ever After Volume 1 until I had to wait, and then skipping to Pucking Ever After Volume 2 for like one or two of them, and like jumping around. I was like, motherfucker, this is annoying.
Yeah.
But that's my complaint. Final thoughts about the actual book that we read.
I think it was cute.
Cute.
I think it was cute.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. I think there were some really, really great moments in it and some really great communication. It's a very healthy relationship, which I really enjoyed.
Yes.
I enjoyed the fact that there wasn't a third act breakup and major confrontation. Like, really, if you need just a book that is going to make you happy, just read it. Just read it.
Just read it. It wasn't even that long. Like, I think it's solidly in that like 3 to 350 range. And Jamie has an adorable dog.
Oh yeah,
named Daisy.
Okay,
can we also
talk about the dog and the fact that Jamie was like, I only can focus on my mom and hockey. I can't focus on anything else. And Coach Ward was like, well, you can get an assistant if you need one to like take care of any like dogs or pets that you have. And he's like, no, I won't have any of those. And then he finds this dog in the street.
Yeah.
And he quite literally
in the dumpster or like in the garbage.
He's like, you're going to eat something that's going to make you sick. Like, we gotta take you to someplace. So he drives 3 hours out of the city to take her to this like very fancy farm where pets can be adopted and things like that. And they've got fantastic veterinary stuff, just to look over at her and go, I can't give her up. So she comes home with him. Like,
which I think also sets up the kind of like, while he presents himself as very closed off emotionally, like he's a big old softy. Like, what a marshmallow.
And that's the first time that we really see that side of him, in that kind of like, he has. But
it's almost immediate. It's in the first chapter.
Chapter, yeah, it's really
chapter
really
1
early.
or 2. It's very early, and there's never really a moment when you think that he's an asshole.
Yeah,
that's I think what I liked about it. He's never actually an asshole. He's a bit grumpy. He's a bit gruff. But the person we meet is a good human from the start.
Yeah, and from Pippa's perspective, she's like, he's kind of an asshole. But that's only because she doesn't know what's going on in his mind, and the fact that
I love her, I love her, I love her, I love her. And I can't function around her. How could she be my assistant when I love her? Yeah,
and he keeps being like, well, that came out harsher than I intended it to.
Like, he knows.
I know.
I think so too. If you're looking for something to just take your mind off the world right now, I think this is a good series. It probably will be a good series. Like we mentioned, there are 3 books out, 1 book coming out over the summer. And it doesn't take place in America. Like it's in Canada. So yeah, it's just on fire. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
no, this was like a nice little reprieve.
Yeah. It was a nice reprieve.
Especially
we have already done
lately. Going through the entire Hannaford Prep series and everything.
You're crazy. I love it. And I haven't even read them. That's the one that I should read. I was honestly surprised you didn't make me read Broken Bonds, because that's the book that you've been telling me to read for so long.
I should have.
But okay, so you've already answered our 5 wonderful questions back when I interviewed you in January. If you haven't listened to that episode, friends, you should. It's fun. But what are you... Well, you just mentioned you're reading the Hanover Prep books, but what are some books that are coming out this year that you're really excited to read?
Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an easy question. I just finished the Hanover Prep series, and what I didn't realize is that there are not 1, not 2, but 6 spin-off books to the Hanover Prep series. And so I will be going through all of those, obviously.
Yes.
In terms of like books that I'm excited to read throughout the year.
Yeah.
Oh God. Bel Cabra's got another one coming out, I think, in October.
Yes.
And I'm excited to read that because I have, you already have pre-ordered it, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure I have.
No, that's how I learned that was a thing, is because.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, so I need that. I'm pretty sure Peyton Corinne also might have a new one coming out.
Okay.
I'm very excited for. Oh God, what are some other ones? I just have so many books already that I'm like, just need to actually read. Just
It's
need
okay.
to. I know. I don't know. There's nothing that I like can really think of that I haven't already like downloaded and started to read.
Ooh, are there books that you've already read this year that we should be on the lookout for?
Oh. See, here's the thing. Do I remember what I've read in the past
No,
2 months? Absolutely not.
that's
Absolutely
fine.
not.
But see, that's how we would know if it was special, if you remembered it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Oh, there's a young adult, very, very cute queer romance that I absolutely loved called And They Were Roommates, which I think you've like.
I already
either
read
talked
it. It was
about or you've
great.
already read it.
It came out last month.
Oh
Oh,
my
so
God.
cute.
It was everything.
So cute. I know. If you like to like palate cleanse with YA, And They Were Roommates is a great choice. Great choice.
I just loved that book so much.
Jasper is so fucking weird. He's so weird. Like, like you think I was so annoyed with it in the moment, but I like it more as I think about it because so often romantic leads are romantic and you get why you're in love with Jasper. I'm just like, what are you? What is this? You aren't real.
No, Jasper is a theater kid trapped in an English major's body. Like, that is...
He has a cardboard cutout of himself.
It's so bad. And the poster's up on the ceiling of his model.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Stop. Just stop. Oh.
Okay.
So I'm like, why do you even like him? He's so weird. He's so undeserving of you. Okay.
True. A book that I am excited about. I just remembered.
Yes.
The second book in the When Among Crows series, To Clutch a Razor by Veronica Roth. It is not it's not marketed as a romance book.
Yeah.
It's more so marketed as a fantasy, but it got gay when I didn't expect it to get gay. And then I read the second book and I'm like, this is very, very well done. So I did really like
I have never read Veronica Roth.
Oh my gosh. Well, she's local.
I didn't read the Divergent series because it's like not my jam.
Fair.
And I was too old.
Fair.
And I've never seen the movies. Okay, we should finish this. Hold on. Well, thank you, Addy, so much for joining me, for suggesting this book, for having a really tangenty, beautiful conversation. And I'm sure that you and I will decide to read something else in the future together because this was so much fun. For my regular listeners, we have one more regular episode. Our June mostly wrapped up-ish episode will happen next week. And then we are going on summer break for the following 3 weeks, where Sephi, Michael, and I will each pick our favorite episodes, record an intro as to why, and then rebroadcast them. We'll be back with new episodes in August with our mostly July wrap-up episode because the first Friday in August is the 1st. Damn it. So I hope that you enjoy your summer, that you are taking some well-needed time off and reading some super fun books yourself. Bye.
Bye.
Jace Reads Romance is a 3 Paws Productions podcast. Produced by Sephi, edited by Michael Achenbach. Our theme song is written and performed by Diana Weishauer. For show notes and more, head to www.jacereadsromance.com. That's JAYCE Reads Romance. Follow us on socials at Jace Reads Romance everywhere. For more exclusive content, visit us on Substack, where you'll find extended episodes, bonus episodes, and more. Have a question, story, or book recommendation you know I'll love? Email Jace at jacereadsromance.com or call and leave a voicemail at 661-JACE-RR. That's 661-529-2377. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast. And as always, this is Jace, holding space for you.